It's a beautiful morning in the neighborhood. Okay, Nix, go to the bathroom. And off he goes, racing through the neighborhood until he finds the perfect spot.
Welcome to Yoldai's Pet Corner.
Welcome back. We continue our series on choosing the right dog for you and your family. Today we're talking about a dog that almost everyone recognizes, but very few people truly understand. The Dalmatian. Here's the hook most people don't expect. Dalmatians weren't bred to be couch dogs, lap dogs, or even typical family pets. They come alive with purposeful work, movement, decisions, and responsibility. If that surprises you, you're not alone. Many see the iconic spots and think of a playful, easygoing companion, but the truth is far more complex and fascinating. To truly understand the Dalmatian, we have to look past the modern image and into their demanding past. They were bred to run for miles, think independently, guard property, and work alongside horses at full speed. Dalmatians trace their roots back hundreds of years, becoming famous as carriage dogs. Their job was to clear the road, guard the carriage and its valuables, and protect the horses during stops. This wasn't a passive role. It required incredible stamina, unwavering confidence, and a high tolerance for the chaos of the road. They were the original security detail on wheels. A Dalmatian wasn't just decoration. They were expected to run 10 to 20 miles in a single day, stay alert the entire time, and defend without hesitation. That level of responsibility shaped their brains. They had to make decisions independently, noticing problems before their human counterparts did, and standing their ground when it mattered. That independence can look like stubbornness in a modern home, but it's the engine that powered their historical job. This makes them intelligent, but not in a do-exactly-what-I-say way. They are problem solvers, highly observant, and independent thinkers. They were bred to work humans, not them, as partners in a shared task. This history of loyalty is directed toward their handler and the horses they worked with, often making them cautious around strangers, an effective trait for a guardian. So, if you don't understand that deep-seated need for a job, for endurance, and for a thinking partnership, you don't understand the Dalmatian. Everything about them, from their muscular build to their watchful gaze, reflects this remarkable working heritage. Dalmatians trace their roots back hundreds of years, with early records placing them in Europe, particularly the Dalmatia region along the Adriatic coast. What made them unique wasn't their spots, it was their endurance. They became famous as carriage dogs, running alongside horse-drawn coaches for long distances. Their job was to clear the road, guard the carriage and valuables, protect horses during stops. This required stamina, confidence, and a high tolerance for chaos. That history still shows in every stride. A Dalmatian wasn't just decoration. They were bred for a demanding job that required incredible physical and mental fortitude. They were expected to run 10 to 20 miles in a single day, keeping pace with horses over varied terrain. This wasn't a leisurely jog. It was a marathon performance, day in and day out. Throughout that entire journey, they had to stay alert, constantly scanning for threats to the horses and the carriage. If a threat appeared, their duty was to defend without hesitation, acting as a courageous and reliable guardian. And crucially, they had to make decisions independently, often without direct commands from a handler. That level of responsibility shaped their brains. Modern Dalmatians still carry that wiring. This history explains their unique intelligence. They aren't looking for blind obedience. They are problem solvers, bred to think for themselves and work alongside humans, not just for them. So what does this mean for a Dalmatian in a modern home? It means movement is their language. To keep them happy and balanced, you must keep them moving with purpose. Give them clear jobs, structured exercise, and training that rewards their thinking. When their intelligent mind is engaged, their athletic body can finally relax. Without that mental work, restlessness and trouble begin. A calm Dalmatian is a fulfilled worker. They thrive on routine, clear boundaries, and those daily miles that keep them centered within your family. Varied work always beats simple fetch. Think road trots, challenging scent games, obedience drills with distractions, and safe conditioning like trotting beside a bike. Idle time invites mischief, but purposeful engagement prevents it. Plan their day like you would for a professional athlete. A proper warm-up, focused work sets that challenge their mind and body, a cool down, and then finally contented rest by your side. Dalmatians are intelligent, but not in a do exactly what I say way. They are problem solvers, highly observant, independent thinkers. This makes them excellent working dogs, and frustrating pets if someone expects blind obedience. They were bred to work beside humans, not underneath them. Train like a teammate, not a boss. Use clear boundaries, fair consequences, and problems to solve. Platform work, retrieve chains, pattern healing, and impulse control. Reward initiative, then channel it back to you. Partnership first, perfection second. Historically, Dalmatians bonded strongly with their handler and the horses they worked with. They are loyal, but not overly submissive. They tend to form deep attachments to their people, while remaining cautious around strangers. This combination made them effective guardians, and explains why early socialization is critical today. Gentle, consistent exposure, horses, people, and everyday chaos, keeps that confidence focused. Calm, capable, connected. One of the biggest mistakes people make with Dalmatians is assuming they're easy because they're popular. This is a perception largely shaped by Hollywood, where these beautiful dogs are often reduced to a single, simplified caricature. Movies made them look playful and goofy, charming but clumsy companions perfect for a bustling family. But this cinematic image completely ignores the centuries of breeding that forged their true character. History made them resilient, alert, and driven. These dogs were bred to run for miles alongside carriages, acting as guardians and path clearers. They needed the stamina of an athlete and the mind of a sentinel. Without structure, exercise, and mental engagement, a Dalmatian doesn't become lazy, it becomes restless. That historical wiring doesn't just disappear, it manifests as anxiety, destructive behavior, and relentless energy with no outlet. Structure starts with daily miles and a job before freedom. Leash up, work first, play second. This isn't about punishment, it's about providing the purpose their genetics crave. A long run or a brisk walk satisfies their physical needs and sets the tone for the day. Then engage the brain. Scent boxes, problem-solving games, and short obedience bursts with rewards. These activities tap into their intelligence and independent thinking, turning potential frustration into focused fun. Do that, and the goofiness returns as calm, confident energy at home. You don't erase their history, you honor it. Only then do you get the well-rounded companion everyone imagines. So when people ask, is a Dalmatian right for my family? The real answer depends on whether your lifestyle can meet the needs of a dog built for endurance and independence. We'll cover daily routines in part 2. And speaking of dogs, I hear Nick's coming. Wonder what he's about to do.
Hi, Dad. I love your stories. And if you at home enjoy them too, please, pretty please hit like and subscribe. It makes me so happy.
Hey, that's great, Nix. Thank you very much. Enjoy your treat and welcome back. In part 1, we laid the groundwork for understanding the Dalmatian, tracing their origins and exploring the historical forces that shaped the breed we see today. This isn't just trivia, it's the essential context for everything we're about to discuss. We delved deep into their iconic role as carriage dogs, a job that demanded a unique combination of traits. They were bred for exceptional endurance to keep pace with horses over many miles, unwavering alertness to protect the coach and its occupants, and a remarkable degree of independence. Imagine the sensory overload of that environment, the clatter of hooves, the rumble of wheels, the constant motion, and the Dalmatian's job was to navigate it all with calm confidence. This role required them to not only run long distances but also to serve as vigilant guardians of the property when the carriage was stopped. They were expected to assess situations and make decisions on their own, often without direct commands from a handler. This responsibility cultivated a problem-solving mind and a self-reliant nature that is still very much present in the breed. This entire working history, a blend of endurance, vigilance, and initiative, is the absolute key to understanding the modern Dalmatian. It's the blueprint for their behavior. It explains their high energy levels, their sharp intelligence, their confident demeanor, and their independent spirit. They are not just a pretty spotted dog, they are a specialized athlete with a built-in job description. So, keep that historical frame firmly in mind as we move forward. That past is the lens through which we must view everything that comes next, from their energy needs to their training style and their place in a family home. Dalmatians have high energy and high stamina even as adults. They're not hyper, they're conditioned for long-duration effort. This means they need daily physical exercise, mental engagement, real tasks, problem-solving, scent and puzzle work, clear routines, morning trot, structured play, cool down, rest. Without those outlets, their intelligence has nowhere to go. Give them purpose, and they settle. When it comes to training, Dalmatians are incredibly capable learners, but there's a catch. They respond best to purposeful training. Their intelligence and independent history mean they need to understand the why behind a task. Because of this, they do not thrive under harsh correction or mindless repetitive drilling. Force-based methods or endless repetitions of the same command will only lead to frustration, shutdown, or creative avoidance. Instead, keep your training sessions clear, fair, and focused on a tangible goal. They do best when the training makes logical sense to them. This is a dog that was bred to think on its feet, so a job with a clear beginning, middle, and end is far more engaging than abstract commands. It's also crucial that training has variety and, most importantly, includes movement. Remember their history as carriage dogs. Their work was never stationary. Standing still is counterintuitive to their design. They were built to cover ground. So think in terms of dynamic exercises, flowing healing patterns, platform work that involves moving between targets, and retrieve chains that build on one another. Structure your sessions with short reps that incorporate movement and offer frequent, well-timed rewards. Let the job itself teach the behavior. Once the dog offers the correct action, mark it clearly, deliver the reward, and then move on to the next part of the sequence. When training effectively taps into both their sharp mind and their athletic body, you get the wonderful side effect of a calm, settled companion at home. A tired Dalmatian is a happy Dalmatian, but that exhaustion must be mental as well as physical. Always remember the mantra, purpose first, perfection second. Focus on the flow and the goal, not flawless execution on the first try. Keep it dynamic, keep it varied, and above all, keep it fair. That's the formula for success. That's how a Dalmatian not only learns but thrives, purposeful, varied, and always in motion. Dalmatians can be excellent family dogs for the right households. They tend to bond closely with their people and love being involved in daily life. However, they're not ideal for homes expecting low energy or minimal structure. Long periods of inactivity will work against them. They need engagement, not just affection. Purposeful walks, training, and mentally challenging play that leaves them calm at home. Build routines that give them a job, then enjoy the cuddles after. One important scientific note with Dalmatians is their unique urinary metabolism. They process purines differently than most dogs, which can increase the risk of urinary stones. This means diet and hydration and veterinary guidance are especially important for this breed. So, after everything we've discussed, here's the big reveal. Dalmatians aren't difficult dogs. They are, in fact, highly specialized dogs. The problems we so often hear about, the hyperactivity, the stubbornness, the destructive behaviors, these rarely stem from the dogs themselves. Instead, they are born from a fundamental misunderstanding, a story told about them that clashes violently with their true nature. For decades, their public image has been shaped by popular culture, painting them as goofy, low-effort couch companions. Families, enchanted by this spotted caricature, bring a Dalmatian home, expecting a living plush toy. Then, inevitably, reality hits. The dog's innate drive for work and movement surfaces, and the family is unprepared. Frustration builds on both sides of the leash. The mismatch between expectation and reality, not the dog, is the core of the issue. To truly understand a Dalmatian, you must respect its history. Picture it. Miles upon miles trotting beside horse-drawn carriages, a tireless guardian and scout. Their job required them to be constantly scanning their environment, making independent decisions, and protecting their charge. This is not a dog bred for a sedentary life. When that profound, centuries-old purpose is honored, a Dalmatian blossoms into what it was always meant to be, a loyal, exceptionally intelligent, and deeply connected partner. But what happens when you ignore that purpose? All that incredible energy, that sharp intelligence, has nowhere to go. It turns inward, manifesting as the very behaviors people label as bad. You may see destructive chewing, relentless pacing, and nuisance barking. This isn't a sign of a flawed dog, it's the cry of an unemployed specialist. The job is missing, and the match is wrong. The solution is to fix the match. This begins with structure and leadership. Think work before freedom. Every day should start with a job. Leash up for a long, structured walk or run. Not a casual sniff and greet, but a focused activity where the dog is in a working mindset. This purposeful exercise channels their drive, drains their physical energy, and sets a calm, stable tone for the rest of the day. Physical exercise is only half the equation. You must also engage their brilliant mind. Add brain work into their daily routine. Scent games, puzzle toys, and short dynamic obedience sessions with clear rewards are perfect. These aren't about drilling commands, they're about collaborative problem solving. These quick wins, repeated daily, build a powerful bond of cooperation and skyrocket their confidence. Do this, provide this outlet for their genetic blueprint, and a remarkable transformation occurs. That spotted athlete, the tireless worker, becomes a relaxed, self-assured, and affectionate cuddle partner at home. The off switch people search for isn't a myth, it's earned through fulfilling the dog's needs. Dalmatians aren't difficult, they are specialized. And when you provide the right job for this incredible specialist, everyone wins. And that's why every Wednesday, we take a deeper look at animals and their natural design. Join us every week on Wilderness Wednesdays, where understanding behavior starts with understanding biology. Hey, I hear Rocky and his 2 kids. Let's see what they're doing. Hey, enjoying our stories? Buy my dad a coffee. Thanks. On behalf of myself, my pups, and my dad, we thank you for watching.
Please remember to like
and subscribe. We get bones.
Christmas may be over, but you know what isn't? Cats and dogs still freezing, still hungry, still waiting. This winter, your local animal shelter needs help more than ever. Please donate today and help keep them warm, fed, and safe.